Now, Palestinians have once again accused Israel of violating international conventions on children's rights by treating detained minors in a heinous manner. Hiba Masalha, a lawyer for the Palestinian Committee of Prisoners' Affairs, says Israeli soldiers violently beat and torture children during interrogations. According to Masalha, who visited 68 teenagers at Israel's Megiddo prison, minors were terrified, threatened and blackmailed. Most abuses took place during questioning at the Al-Jalama interrogation center. Last week, another Palestinian official said Israeli interrogators are using oppressive and brutal methods to force Palestinians into confession. At least 182 Palestinian minors are reportedly locked up in Israeli jails, with 26 of them under the age of 16. International rights group Defense for Children says Israeli authorities have denied legal counsel to 93% of the children. Well, to discuss that further, we're now joined by Mr. Alberto Garcia Watson, who is a political analyst, and he's joining us live now from Beirut, the Lebanese capital. Mr. Watson, the very basic question when it comes to children's rights in Israel is, why is Israel allowed to get away with this?
Well, these reports are actually nothing new. We go back to the first Intifada, where the Israeli forces were ordered to break the bones of the children that were protesting or throwing stones. It just gives an idea of the magnitude of the brutality which the Israeli forces, and not just Israeli forces, but even the judicial system in Israel works towards the children. We see that every single year we have an average of around 700 children that are in prison, most of them under administrative detention, and a high percentage of them for so-called throwing stones, which very often it's not the case. So the possibilities and the legal protection for these children is minimum. And as is very well said in this report, this lawyer has visited around 68, as far as I know, 68 of these children in prison, and has figured out the terrible conditions in which these children are held without any legal counsel, without any possibility of keeping a minimum of dignity. Many of them are tortured. The majority actually of them are tortured, and there are even reports of rape among these children. So Israel gets away with just about everything that they do. I mean, we just saw a couple of days ago how the Palestinian representative in FIFA that had actually asked for the suspension of Israel in FIFA had to eventually, under pressure, drop the request of suspension. We see, like just a few days ago, also the representative for children in the United Nations and in armed conflicts has suggested that the Israel forces might be put in a blacklist for mistreatment of children, especially after the last massacre, military operation in Gaza last year, where 556 children were killed. Children, Palestinian children, have no legal guarantees and have no possibility of growing into a peaceful environment under the Israeli occupation. The judicial system is nothing different than the military forces' brutality. We see that they always treat children just like they treat adults. As a matter of fact, even the legislation accepts, for example, that a child that throws stones against a military Israeli vehicle can get up to 10 years in prison. And if that vehicle is in motion, it can get up to 25 years in prison. And we're talking about minors. So this brutality and this impunity that Israel gets away with should probably be something to be considered by the international community.
Indeed, and we'll leave there at that point, Mr. Watson. But as always, we do, of course, appreciate your insight. That was Mr. Alberto Garcia Watson, who is speaking to us live from Beirut.